we all know my technological inabilities, so let's hope that this actually went live. And yes, this is just a spur of the moment writing sprint. I put it up like, hey, I was an hour early. I put it up and said, hey, let's do a writing sprint. Um, Hopefully my mic, everything. I haven't used any of this stuff in like 3 months. So yeah, I'm a little rusty, and we all know what happens when that happens. Just let me know, guys, if you can hear me and everything else, if it's all working the way that it should. I could, if I had a brain, I could probably just turn it on my phone. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's not really my thing. And I'm so excited because um, I just did a video where I answered some of your questions, and yeah, you know what? It's working. I can hear myself. I just did a video where I'm answering some. No, actually, that's an old one. Where I answered some of your questions, and I wanted to kind of talk about some things that we're doing. And this is, oh my God, everything is coming out to be the wrong thing. Um, so I'm trying to do on my channel, it's bringing up my watch history instead of my current things. So yeah. All right. This is my live stream, and it is working, and I'm so excited and proud of myself. It's so silly. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. Let me know if you do in the comments if you guys do New Year's resolutions. I do not, and I think I recorded like a short video on it. I haven't recorded like a longer one, but I don't really do them. I used to when I was younger, and yeah, I never kept them. So what was the point? Like if you don't keep them, what's the point? My New Year's resolution for the next 3 days, though, is 4 days, is to finish my book proposal and turn it in. It's due on the 5th. So I've got the first, second, third, and fourth to write it and get it done. I'm actually, my stupid light went out. I'm actually like halfway or 2/3 of the way through chapter 2. So I'm hoping to finish chapter 2 today during the sprints and get half of chapter 3 done during tomorrow's sprint, and then just have the polishing stuff to do after that. I had already turned in a proposal, and I talked about this a little bit in this week's video. I turned in a proposal, and my editor wanted some revisions to it. And I got to say that it always wounds me when they first say that. I've got some hot chai here because I'm freezing. I live in Florida, and I'm a baby. It's like 45 out, and it feels so cold in my office. But anyways, she had a little bit of revisions, and as I did those little bits of revisions, it turned into like a much bigger thing. So yeah, I have to do all of these other things at the same time. So let me know in the comments how you feel about revisions too, because I am always like a little taken aback at first. I'm just like, oh wait, there's something wrong. And I thought it was perfect. And then I'll take like 90%, 80 to 90% of what my editor says and actually do that, because she usually sees something, whatever editor I'm working with, sees something that I did not see. And their outside opinion is generally right on track. I've had a couple editors in my career that were like, I don't know, we didn't have the same vision for my books, and we did not get along, and we butted heads a lot on how I wanted to change it versus how the editor wanted to change it. This is my first experience with this editor. I got assigned to a new editor this year. So we shall see how it goes. I'm sure she's perfectly fine. So far, I liked her revisions and I agreed with what she had to say, but it has meant I've completely changed what's happening in the book. I added a character, I took out another character, I decided I'm going to kill off a different character. Lots of things are happening that I didn't anticipate until I started getting into it. So that's why I've got the writing sprints today, to kind of hold myself accountable and also get some writing done. Yesterday, I went through the whole day, got to the end of the day, and sat down with a glass of wine for New Year's Eve. And I was like, oh crap, I didn't work on my book at all. I worked on all these other millions of little things that had to be done. So today, got a little caffeine with the chai in my I'd rather be writing than peopling mug, which is why we didn't go out last night for New Year's Eve. And I'm going to get some words done today, so you guys can do it with me. And I actually have a prompt that is New Year's related for you guys today. So if you do it, you're going to have to let me know. And I just realized I didn't put up the chat bar, so you guys could be talking with me and I wouldn't even know because I don't have it up so that I can see it. Yeah, I know. Every day is a lesson. Let me know what you're reading too. I have a short that I just recorded on this book that I got at BoucherCon. It is a advanced reading copy. I'm not quite sure when it's supposed to come out. Oh, it came out in September. The advanced reading copy that I got was just early September, so it was very close to release date. It was actually really good. It's a detective series. They're a private investigation firm, and usually I don't like reading those because I don't like coming in the middle to a series where it's characters that are already established. But this one was very well drawn. They stood apart. It was standalone enough that I didn't feel like I was missing anything by not knowing who these characters were. And the author did a really good job of working in the history without making it feel like she was just doing a soap opera recap. And I really liked it. It was pretty good. And I also finished this behemoth, which I haven't talked about in a video yet, but I will. I talked about getting it, but I haven't talked about finishing it. It's King Sorrow. It's ginormous, and it was lovely. I started it before I went to Dubai, so that was like end of October, early November. And then I just could not bring myself to carry this through the airport. And I don't do e-readers. I should. It would be a lot cheaper and a lot easier to carry around, but I only do those if I'm flying somewhere for a long period of time where I can't bring books because it would be an entire suitcase of books. So I had to wait until I got through with Dubai and Mexico and Thanksgiving to finish it. So I just finished it at the end of November, and it was as amazing as any other Joe Hill book, and I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys are reading, if you're enjoying it, if you're not, because I think life is too short for bad books, so I don't read bad books. I put them aside and move on to the next one. And let's do some writing together. Um, I'm trying to make sure that I've got everything up and ready for the live stream thing. I finally got some setting redone in this thing. We shall see. Let's do 15 minutes of writing, and I'm going to work on chapter 2, hopefully getting that done in this hour that we've got here, and we'll go from there. Let me put on my timer because otherwise I will just forget and keep writing. So let's do some writing, guys. Here we go. That was pretty good. That was a nice 15-minute writing session. And I don't know, I kind of like fleshed out a scene. I didn't add a whole lot to it. I just sort of fleshed it out so that I could sort of see where I was going with it. Um, and I don't know if maybe I have chat turned off because I don't see anything from you guys, but I could very possibly have done something wrong. Um, so if I'm not seeing something, let me know. There's probably something I did wrong. I know there's a lot of you guys on here, and yeah, we all know I do a lot of things wrong when I do these live streams. It's a wonder I get a video out every week. Anyway, the chai is the perfect temperature, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see you guys here. Oh, you know what? There we go. Live chat. I think I had it turned on to the wrong thing, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's turned to like only certain things. I don't know. I messed with my settings earlier on this, and that was probably my fault. Anyway, yeah. So if you guys, if I'm not replying to what you're saying, just repeat it because I think I turned it back on to the right setting for me to be able to see it. Ingrid, nice to see you here. Yeah, and I'm sorry that I was not replying to anything up until now, and I may have just turned it off so that you guys couldn't comment. I don't know, but I'm glad you joined me, and it was just sort of a last minute thing, so it's not that big a deal. But it's always better to write with other people because I feel serious peer pressure when I'm doing these, like to get something done in those 15 minutes rather than just sitting here and, I don't know, surfing the web, which I'm always very tempted to do. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, this is a vanilla caramel chai latte that I think is from Tazo. I love it. And I actually got one of those little whipping things to whip the milk with the sugar ahead of time and then put the hot water in because my son-in-law is Pakistani or son-in-law to be. They're engaged and he makes chai all the time. So he gave me a bunch of tips. I should probably be able to make it from scratch if I asked him for a recipe, but it's so much easier just to buy a little tea bag with it, right? So what do you guys drink on the hot winter days? I used to be a cocoa fan, but it's so many calories. I say that as I'm saying that I put milk and sugar into my chai. So six of one, half dozen of the other, right? And I have not gotten a pile of cookies to eat with this only because I'm talking. So I don't want to eat the cookies and then be talking with my mouth full. But I have been eating an obscene amount of cookies since Christmas. I made a ton and I've been eating a ton. So yeah, I probably gained like 5 pounds just from Christmas alone. I made a Yule log. I made the peanut butter blossoms. I made chocolate chip cookies. I made chocolate chip Christmas tree cookie bars. Those were phenomenal. And one other kind of cookie. I don't remember. I made 3 different kinds of cookies, a cookie bar, and a Yule log because we had all the kids here. So it was a pretty busy Christmas. and I'm glad it's over. Also, let me know too with you guys what you do with your Christmas decorations. I'm not gonna lie, mine were down before lunch on the 26th. Like, I love putting them up. We put them up the day after Thanksgiving. And I'm so excited to see them and turn on the little village and do all the little things. But then I am so ready to take them down once Christmas is over. 26th, boom, they were down, they were gone. My tree was out, everything was gone. My poor husband was like, "We can't leave them up for a couple more days." I was like, "No, I'm over it. I can't do it anymore." I get very agitated by the chaos and the quantity of stuff. I'm a person that doesn't, unless you looked at my office, you would think that I'm a complete hoarder, but the rest of my house is very tidy and I don't like chaos in it. But my office, like this whole area is just a disaster outside of the camera's view. So anyway, yeah, I don't, maybe that's the creative part of me just going crazy, or maybe I just like to come in here, get my work done and not clean the space. I don't know. I don't know. A therapist would probably have fun with that. So let's go back and do another 15 minutes. And Ingrid, let me know how your writing goes and if you try the writing prompt. Okay, so I got like to the end of a scene and started another one. Um, and happy New Year to you too, Cece. And yes, I want to have more writing sprints and have these things more often. Nice to see you here, Martha. I want to also go back to doing the lives, or maybe I'll just do them as videos. I think I've mentioned this a couple times where I'm doing the critiques. And I definitely want to see how many people are interested in that. So maybe I'll put up a poll on the channel and under the post section, under the community section, and see if you guys want to do that. It'd be a lot easier if I did that as a video, because then I can do that when I have time rather than setting a scheduled time every week for a live stream. It's been hard enough to keep up the Friday live streams, as you guys know. and setting up the manuscript feedback ones again, that'd be hard. So I think it would also work better and it would impact more people if um, if I did it as a video. I'm just trying to figure out how to give you guys the feedback while also allowing you guys to ask questions. So yeah, because I'd want you to be able to ask questions. So maybe I'll add another box to the Google form where you can ask me whatever questions you have about the book and I can put those in as part of the video. Yeah, there's got to be a way to do it that allows you guys to have the feedback as well. And obviously, you can do it in the comments and we can talk about it in the live stream so you can ask me real time. And I don't want to just like bash all your work and then move on and never answer any of the questions you might have about what might be going wrong or how to fix it. So, anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to bring that as a video series because I think that I was thinking about ChatGPT and AI and all of that, and how a lot of writers now are just going to AI to ask, okay, how do I write a Black moment, or how do I create a strong character? And yes, ChatGPT will give you answers that are not always right, or not always good, or very deep. I'll use it once in a while to create like a handout. I'll take the transcript of a video and say, okay, create a handout for me. And then it'll pull stuff from like other sources. I'm like, no, I didn't say that. We're not putting that into the handout. So I don't trust it entirely. I use it only to sort of transcribe things or turn like bullet points from a video into a PowerPoint or something like that. Because a lot of the information that it gets is from other random sources. And not everybody who talks about how to write a book on the internet knows how to write a book, frankly. So, anyways, because I think more people are going to the internet just to Google or ask a AI prompt how to do these things, I think that hands-on learning is what's going to be missing, which is something that AI cannot do. I mean, it could, but it's not that good. It tries to be very positive, like, oh, what a great job. And not always is that what you need. Sometimes what you need is very concrete advice going, no, you have no conflict on this page, or no, you've got backstory for 5 pages. That's not going to work. So, anyways, um, I would love to I would love to I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think of that and whether you want to do that and everything else. And I'll bring it up again tomorrow because more people know about the regular Friday live streams. And like I said, this was just a pop in and let's do this. And Ingrid, I don't mind rewatching your videos for inspiration and body doubling. Body doubling. I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe that was a typo. Unless you want to like replicate this, trust me, nobody wants to replicate this. And so glad to see you here, Martha. Oh, my cat is outside and he keeps jumping up in the window. You guys can't see it, but he's in this window here and he freaks me out. Let me see if I can pull the blinds back and you can really come down. He won't, of course he won't come down. He's just like, I want to see the video. I want to see him there. It freaks me out every time. He's jumping on top of the hot tub and trying to like make his presence known. And every time I see it, and I think there's somebody in my yard. Yeah. Silly cat. Anyways, I want to fit in one more prompt, one more writing thing. And let me know if you guys did the prompt. If not, I might just run it again tomorrow when we have our writing sprints tomorrow, because like I said, most people know about that one. And we'll keep chatting about it. And also, I have a post on my community, if you guys didn't see it, where I'm asking for questions that you guys have. And I'm going to do videos on those more regularly because I think that allows you to have your specific worries and answers, your specific questions answered, not worries. But yeah, I do. I love my cat. Actually, my cat is pretty cool. He's so chill and very loving and not needy in the way that the dog is. The dog, I love my dog. I love Daisy, but she is very emotionally needy and kind of like her mother. And the cat is more like whatever. In the mornings, though, when I'm doing the spelling bee and stuff like that on my phone, he's like, love me, love me, love me. But the rest of the time, he's not. Martha says it's an accountability thing where you fit with someone even if working on a different project. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I have not heard of that before. So, yeah, like so that we're like working together is basically what you mean, which I do like some of those videos. That used to be a thing like a million years ago when I first started working from home. I've almost always worked from home, but where I was really working full time from home. And before social media became a thing, there used to be things where you could video keep company with somebody. And I never did it, but I would go to like coffee shops just so that I feel like there's somebody else there, because do get lonely doing this job. And the peer pressure of being in person, even though the person in the Starbucks has no idea what I'm doing and does not give a crap whether I'm getting my pages done or not, the peer pressure of simply being there makes me work rather than doing solitaire or something like that. Oh, sorry. Yes, that was Ingrid. Sorry. I'm trying to look at this and read that at the same time. Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying. All right, let's do another another sprint for 15 minutes and get a little bit more done on this New Year's Day. And then, hey, I've kept my resolution of writing my not really resolution, my 4-day resolution of getting my proposal done. All right. There we go. Another 15 minutes. And I decided to move a car accident up into chapter 2. I might end up moving it back to chapter 3 because I feel like chapter 2 is getting too long. It's all, that whole gut instinct thing where you're writing and you're like, maybe I have a little too much here. So I've got to go back and look. Like a lot of times I just write the scenes and then decide where the chapter breaks are going to go. I know that people have asked me before on the channel where you think the chapter breaks should go. And for me, this particular book for HarperCollins is only going to be like 55,000 words long. So I like to have an even number of chapters, like 10 or 12. So I usually break every 2 scenes. And it's just a pattern that I have with those particular shorter books, With longer books, the single titles that I write, I tend to break the chapters where I really want a good hook to keep the reader up. And different character points of view will be shorter chapters because I want them to make the reader feel a little on edge. Like this character talks faster, moves faster, or has faster thoughts, so I'm going to make it a faster chapter. Or there's more danger in this scene, so I'm going to make the chapter faster. Those kinds of things. I try not to make them like a 3-page chapter and then a 23-page chapter. I keep within a range of like 5 to 12 pages in general, 5 to 12 double space pages. Um, but these books for HarperCollins, I forget what a chapter is. Maybe it's about 15 pages, double spaced, so 12-point font, and it just feels right. It feels like the right pace for it. So Martha has family visiting, so yeah, I get that. I've had family here a whole lot. My camera wire is in the way for me to read the chat. I had all our kids here and my in-laws for like 3 days straight at Christmas. That's why my Christmas decorations were down immediately afterwards. I was so over it. Love, light, shine. Happy New Year to that, to you as well. And maybe I should ask that prompt about myself. Yes, I think that your own personal psychology is actually a really good thing to use when you're talking about your characters. Like, for instance, one of the things that I tend to like give up on is exercise because it's like weightlifting exercise, not running. I run all the time, but weightlifting. And it's because I tell myself that I don't have time or whatever, but really it's that I feel daunted by it. Even though I have joined a million gyms over the course of my life and worked with different trainers, I still feel daunted by the machines and like I don't want to look like an idiot in the gym and all of that. So I tend to give up on something like that, even though I know I should be doing it. Everything in my life says I should be doing weightlifting and building that resistance training, but I don't like to look like an idiot. So I don't tend to go to classes or anything. I'll have a gym membership for 2 years and never go because I'm just one of those people that feels all like, I don't know, intimidated by the equipment and the other people that are so good at it. And I'm like so bad at anything with coordination. I remember taking a Zumba class and I am not at all coordinated or in any way, shape, or form rhythmic to music, despite my mother and my daughter being very talented musicians and my grandmother too. I have zero rhythm. And so I remember this really young girl coming over, and I'm sure it was well intentioned to just be like trying to do it with me and like helping me do the Zumba moves. And I just felt so embarrassed. I was like, I hate you, go away. Never went back to Zumba. So I think a lot of us dodge our resolutions because of whatever fears or insecurities we have. So I keep running, but I don't necessarily do the weight training or go to the gym. So, um, and Maria never would have thought about giving my killer a New Year's resolution. It is an interesting thing to think about whether or not you use it in your book. That's not the point of these prompts, is for you to use them in your book. It's all about giving you a new way to look at and think about your character. Like if your character was going to make a resolution, what would it be? So if it's a killer, maybe their resolution is to um, not judge people so fast or to like let's take Dexter for example. Dexter Resurrection is the one where he's trying to build a relationship with his son, and there's so much conflict inherent in Dexter in general, but that particular season, the last couple seasons with Resurrection where he is trying to bond with his son, have been really good and torn with conflict for him. And so if you thought about, say, Dexter for instance, maybe his New Year's resolution would be to stopped doing things that took him away from his son and allowed him to spend more time with Harrison. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of serial killers come up and invite him to a party, and then he's got to think about, do I spend time with my son or do I take care of these serial killers who are killing for the wrong reason? That's how you can use something like that and take it and put it into your book. You don't even have to put the New Year part in. You can say, okay, this is what my character really wants, and this is what is going to get in the way of him getting it. And for Dexter, when you talk about fears and insecurities, he feels like he's a terrible father because he had a terrible father that is constantly in his head, who was also a killer. And he feels like what he does puts Harrison at risk, and he's just constantly screwing up. So those fears and insecurities make him make bad choices sometimes. So that's what the prompts are there for with you guys, to kind of just make you think in a new way. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. I would love to do more, but it's like dinner time, so I have to cook and to come back to it tomorrow. I did get a few pages done. I got almost all the way through chapter 2, which was what I wanted to do today. And tomorrow I'll be on chapter 3. So I will see you guys at 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. And we'll keep talking about writing. So come back and join me tomorrow, and we'll do another live stream and get some more words done and make that resolution of getting something written